We have here UES technology and JPLC please start with the revenue.
Thank you po, Madam Chair. So, magandang umaga po sa lahat. Today is the private conference for the two procurements of the DPWH Supply and Delivery of Hydraulic Industrial Waste Cutter under contract ID number 23J00047 with an episode 8 and supply and delivery of oil analyzer under contract ID number 22G00090 with an approved budget for the contract of 70,600,000. So for the outline of the presentation, we will be discussing how to prepare your bids, particularly your eligibility, legal and financial documents, given the technical specification, yung mga bidding forms na gagawin po natin for this meeting, and yung format and signing of bids as well as your sealing of and marking of your bids. Then the next one will be the procurement timeline. Wala po ng pinos ng invitation at without sa submission and opening. And we will also cite some reasons for rejections for the suppliers. And the last portion will be the question and answer session. So for the purpose of the private conference is to clarify and address whatever may mga questions po kayo regarding sa technical and financial component for mga projects to be did. And also to ensure that you fully understand yung ating mga requirements since your bidding documents were already posted sa DPWH as well as sa the website. And also if ever na meron po kami issue of supplemental or bulletin at least meron natin regarding the issuance of the supplemental or so just a reminder that any statement that will be made during this conference will not modify the terms of the bidding documents unless we issue a supplemental or bid bulletin. So, kaya po, this is an opportunity for you to request for clarification regarding our bidding documents. And as mentioned before, we will issue a supplemental or bid bulletin case amendments for make clarifications on these documents. And same will be posted sa websites ng DPWH at the website. So for the preparation of bids, this is the full envelope system. So parehas naman po kayo sumasali sa mga government biddings, diba? So two envelope system po tayo. The first envelope will be your technical component envelope, which consists of Class A documents such as yung legal documents for valid PhilJEPS registration certificate platinum membership. No? So i-attach nyo yun, tatlong pages po ng PhilJEPS certificate, 3 pages. And you need not submit supporting documents or yung mga eligibility documents. Sufficient na po yung PhilJEPS certificate ng platinum membership. So, hindi na po kayo kinakailangan mag-attach ng PPI, STEP, permit, AFS, tax clearance, the PhilJEPS certificate will suffice our requirement. Pero kung balik po yung ma-rate na LCB or lowest calculated figure, during the post-qualification, you need to submit those documents. So regarding naman po sa validity ng inyong PhilJEPS certificate, na platinum meron po in-issue si PhilJEPS regarding sa validity po, no? Kahit na po valid yung inyong pong PhilJEPS certificate na platinum membership, so valid po yung mga attachment po under Annex A are may expired to no? It means na automatic suspended yung validity ng inyong PhilJEPS certificate. So kailangan po under Annex A with PhilJEPS certificate. At yung Annex A, make sure na lahat po ng yung mga documents under dito ay current and updated. No? Pag meron po nag-expire dyan, at sinabit siya sa amin yung updated na, whether with this certificate, hindi ko na natatanggapin. Kinakailangan mag-update po kayo sa field checks, no, para ma-amend po yung certificate. Another requirement will be your technical documents, which consist of the statement of all your ongoing contracts sa gobyerno, supply chain contracts natin. Even contracts awarded but not yet started. So, kinakailangan po natin i-disclose yung ating mga ongoing contracts awarded but not yet started. Even yung contract awarded but not yet started. No? And then for this requirement, meron po tayo kinakailangan i-fill up na form, no? Meron po dun sa bidding documents at po dun form. So, yan po, statement of your ongoing contracts. Let's fill up all the columns, no? Put mga required information and to be signed by your authorized representative. For this requirement, hindi na po kayo kinakailangan mag-attach ng supporting documents. Okay. Yan lang po, we sufficient for our requirement. You need not attach and supporting documents. So another requirement will be your single largest completed contract. Okay, so you are required to submit a contract, a single contract, which is similar in nature to the contract with the agreement. And the amount of that contract should be equivalent to at least 50% of the approved budget for the contract. So for supply and delivery of hydraulic industrial waste cutter, ang similar contract niya po, pwede namin consider the similar is heavy equipment, attachment, and accessories, as well as industrial waste cutter. So ito po yung mga similar contracts na consider po namin for the single largest completed contract. Ganon din po naman sa supply and delivery of oil analyzer. Ang similar contract is at least may kontrata kayo ng water compound analyzer or fuel analyzer. So yan po yung mga similar contract. So ito po yung form na fill up ninyo for your SLCC. So just fill up all the required information on lahat ng columns. And for this requirement, yung inyong SLCC, kinakailangan po kayong mag-attach ng supporting documents dito. So ano yung supporting documents na dapat yung attach? Tatlo lang po, no? Pwede pong yung end user's acceptance, official receipt, or sales invoice. So isa man sa tatlong yun, kinakailangan kayo attach nyo. Kahit kung sabihin na attach kayo ng notice of award, notice of proceed, contract. Pag wala po yung isa dito, magiging non-responsive yung promoter. So make sure that any of the three is attached, no? Doon sa inyong single largest completed contract. Signed to be signed by your authorized representative. So for financial documents naman po, you need to submit your audited financial statement, which should not be earlier than 2 years from its submission. Take note that only tax returns filed and paid through BIR EFPS shall be accepted. No? And another requirement will be your NFCC computation, which is equivalent to the current asset minus current liabilities times 50 minus the value of your outstanding or uncompleted portions and projects under ongoing contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Or kung ayaw nyo mag-submit naman po ng NFCC, pwede po kayo mag-submit ng CLC or committed line of credit, which is equivalent to at least 10% po ng APC. Okay, so may choice po kayo doon, whether NFCC or CLC. For NFCC, it should be equal or more than the approved budget for the contract. If makikipag-joint venture naman kayo, kung meron ng existing, pwede kayo pag-submit ng PBA or joint venture agreement. At kung wala naman kung existing pa, you can submit duly notarized statements, no? from all potential joint venture partners, stating that you will enter into a joint venture and abide by the provisions of the agreement in the instant that the bid is successful or the bid will be awarded your, or the contract will be awarded your firms. So another requirement is your bid security. So bid security can be a bid securing declaration or any other form as mentioned dito po sa ating screen. No? It can be a cash or cashier's manager's check issued by a universal or commercial bank, or it can be a bank draft or a guarantee or an irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank, which is equivalent to at least 2% of the budget for the contract. Or you can issue or you can submit a surety bond, no? But the surety bond should be callable upon demand. And then meron po siya attachment on the insurance condition. So for that, 5% po dapat yung amount, 5% of the ABC. So isa lang po ang kinakailangan sa bid naman. So for bid securing declaration, may form po tayo dun sa bidding documents na bibilis po ito. Make sure that it is addressed to the DPWH Bids Awards Committee and signed by your authorized representative as well as dapat authorized po ito. For your statement of compliance and technical specifications naman, particularly yung inyong delivery schedule, please fill up the form for kinakailangan po yung delivery schedule po no? So for supply and delivery of hydraulic industrial waste cutter, within 30 calendar days po after the receipt of the notice to proceed, you have to supply and deliver the said goods. So signed by your authorized representative. And then for the supply and delivery of oil analyzer naman po, within 30 calendar days upon receipt or after receipt of the notice to proceed, you have to supply and deliver the said oil analyzer signed by your authorized representative. So yung form na dun sa bidding documents na bibili po sa amin. For statement of compliance naman po under your technical specifications, no? Ilalagay nyo lang naman po doon na i-comply nyo yung aming requirement based sa aming technical specifications. And for this requirement, yung sa statement of compliance, kinakailangan po mag-attach kayo ng supporting documents. No? Like for example, yung pong brochures, no? To showing that you comply, no? That you will comply to our requirements, no? Kasi yun po yung pagiging basya namin during evaluation whether nag-comply na kayo sa aming technical specification requirements. And a statement that is not supported by evidence or subsequently found to be contradicted by the evidence presented will render your bid liable for rejection. So make sure na may naka-attach mo for these requirements, statement of compliance. Meron din po tayong form para dito under sa waste cutter po, industrial waste cutter, ito po. So makikita niyo po yung sa left notes, nandun yung aming technical specification requirements. And then sa statement of compliance, no, as against our technical specification, lagay nyo lang comply. And then dun sa bidder specifications, lagay nyo po kung ano yung specifications na in-offer nyo. And then you also state the brand or kung may model na will offer, pakilagay na rin po dito sa bidder specification. So for oil analyzer naman po, ito yung ating form. So same din po, specified po dun sa statement of compliance against our technical specifications na comply po kayo. And then on the bidder specifications, specify the brand, the model, na i-offer nyo sa akin. And then yung technical specifications. So, malamang po nakita niyo po yung documents na nabasa niyo na sa nakapag-download na po kayo. So, for the second envelope naman po, yung ating financial component envelope, ito po yung laman niya, no? Yung inyong financial bid form, as well as yung inyong price scale. So, dalawa lang po yung laman ng financial component envelope. For the prices na ipo-quote nyo po, but inclusive po siya of taxes. Lahat ng taxes should be inclusive. And bid prices shall be fixed and not subject for any price escalation during the duration of the contract. And your bid should be valid for 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. So as mentioned, dalawa lang po naman ang second envelope, yung inyong financial bid form, as well as the price schedule. So ito po yung form ng bid form. So ito yung gagamitin po ninyo, make sure na it's addressed to the WHE sa responsibility at nakalagay din po yung pangalan po ng project sa sasabihan. Kasi may mga experience po kami, since yung ibang mga bidders na tayo sa ibang agency, and they are using the same form, hindi po nila na nakakaligtaan po nila palitan ng pangalan. So it can be a ground for your disqualification. So make sure na naka-address issues sa regulations. So ito naman po yung price schedule. If your goods is offered from within the Philippines, yung gagamitin nyo po for your price schedule. Just fill up all the columns po. Huwag po kayong mag-delete ng blank space dito. If your offer is free, you just put dash or zero. Let's make sure na wala pong blank spaces. Otherwise, magiging non-responsive bid. And if your offer naman po is from abroad, use this form. Same din po, don't leave any blank spaces. Just put zero or dash if the requirement is free or not applicable on the side. Signed by your authorized representative. So for format and signing of bids naman po, you are to submit your bids to your duly authorized representative. So sino po yung duly authorized representative? Pag corporation po kayo, dapat yung magsasabi, pangalan niya po nandun sa office secretary certificate. Okay? Kasi may bid po ang isa-was when it comes to submission of your proposal. We are also protecting your company in our company protection ng so make sure na kung sino man po ang magsasabit for corporation nandun po sa secretary certificate yung pangalan ng magsasabit. Kung kayo naman po ay sole proprietor, SPA, sufficient para po i-consider or pagdating po namin yung proposal. So you are to submit using the appropriate forms in two separate sealed envelopes, which shall be submitted simultaneously. So the first envelope shall contain your technical component, which includes your eligibility documents, and the second shall contain your financial component. Forms must be completed without any alterations to their format and no subject to the court shall be accepted. All blank spaces shall be filled in with the information requested. You are to submit your original and copy of the first and second envelope. If ever na may discrepancy to between the copy and the original envelope is legal. The bid shall be signed and each and every fixture option will be shot by the duly authorized representative, and any interlineations or durations or overwriting will only be valid if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representative of your companies or organizations. For sealing and marking of bids naman po, you are to enclose your eligibility and technical components in one sealed envelope marked original technical component. And the original of your financial naman po in a separate envelope marked original financial component. And then you seal them into one envelope marking the original bid. Each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second components of each bid. And we can request additional hard copies or electronic copies of the bid. However, failure on your part to comply with the said request will not render you will not take ground for disqualification. So for this procurement, we are requesting one original and one copy. So one original, one copy lang po. The original and the number of copies of the bid shall be typed or written in indelible ink and shall be signed by your the bidder or its duly authorized representative. So ito po yung markings ng envelope po natin, nakalagay po dun yung the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters. Nakalagay din po yung name and address ninyo in capital letters and address to the Bids and Awards Committee on the Central Office. And it bears the identification number of your contract ID number and the warning do not open before the date and time for the opening dates. Check po yung ating timeline. So last October 28, na-post po yung invitation to bid sa PhilGems at saka sa DPWH website. At kasama po ng bidding documents. So ngayon po yung ating pre-bid conference sa November 10 po, which is Friday. Last day po for filing your request for clarifications until 4 p.m. po. At the 7 before office hour na. So November 15, if ever na mag-issue po kami ng supplemental routing bulletin, makikita niyo po yun sa website ng PhilGems at saka ng DPWH. And on November 22, on or before 10 a.m., please submit your bids. So here are some of the reasons why nagiging ineligible kayo mga bidders. At para na rin po magwasan po natin disqualify kayo o ineligible kayo. So number 1 is late free. So dahil po tayo magkakaroon mga Pilipino natin na tayo ng agay. So make sure lalo na lang po sa Pilipino. So letter of authority on the company to submit the bidding documents. So mentioned kanina, sino man po ang magsasubmit, dapat corporation pero alagay pangalan doon sa Secretary Certificate. So certified naman po, SJ will be sufficient na naman. Then failure to submit supporting documents to support compliance with the requirements under the technical specifications po kanina. Statement of compliance, it should be provided with documents, nagpo-comply na kayo dun sa technical specification requirements. And even yung forms, you have to submit the forms provided in the bidding documents. Otherwise, kung wala po kami naka-attach na forms for a particular requirement, pwede po kayo mag-submit on your part of ibang forms. But for forms which are included in the bidding documents, please use the forms and submit them to us. Then NFCC less than the APC or the amount of credit line commitment is less than 10% of the APC. So NFCC sa submit nyo, it should be equal or more than that provided to the contract. If CLC, it should be at least 10% of the APC. So for bid security naman po, kung magsasubmit kayo ng surety bond, dapat nakalagay po sa surety bond that for demand and valid for at least 120 calendar days. Failure to submit copy of the certificate of the insurance commission, certifying that the insurance company is authorized to issue. So kung magsasalit naman po kayo ng surety bond, dapat may attach na certification from the insurance commission. Shorter bid validity and bid security validity period. So the requirement po natin is at least 120 calendar days. Validity ng bid at bid prices higher than the APC. So automatic po yun. Kaya po tayo receiving under RA and 154. May sige po yung bid nyo. Hindi siya dapat lumabas ng aming so 3356. Provided po na contract automatic. So, question and answer. Before that, ito po yung pwede nyo pagpadala ng inyong mga queries, ng inyong mga questions regarding our verification requirements or any other requirements. So, yan po, pakikunan na lang po. So, yung letter po ninyo should be addressed to the chairperson of the Bids and Awards Committee. Assistant Secretary Marichu para po sa po ating chairperson of the Bids and Awards Committee. And then sa Secretariat as well as sa implementing office po, under po ni Director Ila. Sabi na lang po. So, any questions and clarifications, please state your name and the company that you represent. Okay? Pero unahin po natin muna yung procurement with race. Supply and delivery of hydraulic industrial waste water. Sino po yung may plan na mag-procure po dito? Si Sir, sige. May question po kayo.
Question lang po regarding to sa SLCC. You've mentioned earlier that we can attach similar like the equipment attachment and accessory. Question lang po, is it possible po yung concrete breaker? And then another question po, saan po gagamitin yung hydraulic industrial waste water? Or equipment po?
Or removal of floating debris on water.
So in short,
And then quick response operation.
so in short po, pwede po siya sa Antex.
Yes.
So, can we request po the back regarding po dun sa, since magiging parang marine equipment po siya, can we request that the back can, what is required marine certificate for the additional eligibility? Based po kasi sa experience po namin when it comes to marine equipment such as industrial wastewater or other equipment attachment, nagre-require po kasi sila for marine certificate.
Director, as to your proposal to for the additional eligibility requirements under the provision of the IRR, we are prohibited to require additional requirements for eligibility. However, if the implementing office will allow, we will just include that requirement under the project requirements, the technical, not on the eligibility.
Thank you.
In my understanding, what the marine certification, the marine certification is required for floating vessel. So it's an attachment, it's not a vessel.
So any more from other speakers? Sila sir, anong are you going to as a second course or whatever like? So sa ano, meron ba tayo sa Zoom?
So,
Wala. Wala na po sir. Sir, we also request na pagsulat na lang din po. Okay, po sir, po kayo para we will officially answer your request. Madam Chair, wala sa first part of the procurement.
okay, the private conference for the supply and delivery of hydraulic industrial waste water is hereby terminated. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Let's proceed with the question and answer for the supply and delivery of oil analyzer.
Yes, sir. May questions po ba yan? Sir, pag-state yung name, scientific po.
Since yung po kasi project, maybe ask yung po sa figure that is called or asking for similar figure or figure universal template for we'll study if there's any merit to possibly consider the universal template. UTM, sir. It's to analyze on the BRL. The PL test feeling there and being samples and then very close to steel bars. UDL does not test. Meron din po kasi iba ko government company to improve their order optimal expected of that in the target by
Actually, sir, hindi po basta-basta ginagamit itong at aggregate amount sa goods. May conditions po yun na dapat makomply muna. Number one po, based on the market study, hindi po dapat magkaroon ng monopoly or failure of bidding. Considering po ito, marami naman po available sa market, hindi po applicable yung request na aggregate amount ang single largest na traded contract. Hindi po siya applicable.
Next one. Yes, sir.
So I'm with right, yes. I was hoping that you could consider your UTI because it's a material that we provide at the same time. So as you experience also for chemical analysis because they supply an arc analyzer in a
UTIPs for physical testing while the oil analyzer is something we can relate to chemical testing.
Sorry, if you're looking for your supplier has an experience with chemical testing, because they supplied before an arc analyzer, which is a chemical testing implemented for metals.
If you have an experience, you can ilagay, but not the utility. Nire-recognize yung existence ng fair, pero yung sinasablay niya contract pinakasabi.
In addition, it should be for fluid or chemical, not for the physical balance. So you mentioned earlier you have chemical, an analyzer for chemical. If it is fluid,
However, this type of analyzer objectives for mga different may pability sa treatment kaya pataas price. So in ordinary case, yung mga grade below price. Kaya po may okay.
Also as a elemental analyzer, basically dahil sa
Online. Kung ano,
yeah, again, if the way of doing chemical analysis, we may consider, but if it is purely for physical, as what the director of Tina mentioned, we cannot consider that together.
Yung similar naman oil analyzer, compound analyzer.
message yung naka-online.
The message yun.
Very best.
Okay, meron po dito. If ever naman po hanggang Friday, meron po kayo pwede pa po kayo submit ng previous clarification. So sa ano po sa atin pong online, si Salvador, pwede pong paki-on yung inyong video. Hindi po sumasagot.
Sinabi mo na.
Yeah.
So you have no questions. You chat mo. Okay. Hindi sumasagot.
Wala na po. So, Madam Chair.
Balik ko lang. Balik ko lang sa schedule. Pangalan na. Okay. If there are no other questions, the private conference for contract ID. Medical disease 000905 and delivery of oil analyzer is hereby terminated. Thank you.
Salamat po.
Thank you.